Hey, Christoph here. I wanted to share some thoughts on an update, a proposed update to the Bitcoin Core app website that we also discussed before. So currently, this is what we have, a very brief introduction with some of the most important links and why even have this documentation site with somewhat unorganized list of information here on the left. So the primary thing to change would be that we ask people to provide early feedback. So it says you can test the early application with the links below. Keep in mind that it's a bit experimental. You're installing it yourself. It only includes onboarding and the block log. It does not include wallet features. Then we show users what they're getting. And then we provide tips for testing and providing feedback. So it's always framed as, you're not using this. This is not going to be your main application. This is for providing feedback with a few tips. Familiarize yourself with what's included. Here's what to consider for technical feedback, other things we can come up with, and then how to submit them. Now I just put in here the Bitcoin Design Slack. Ideally, we have other channels, which could be the GitHub repo. Not everyone's familiar with GitHub. Maybe there's some other privacy-preserving alternative that we could also provide. Then I considered having download buttons directly here, but it got a little bit messy. So I decided to create separate pages for each installation. And then this one was here before about this documentation. Then let's say I click on Windows, then I get the Windows installation guide. So again, it includes tips for what to consider during this, not just the installation, but also testing this application. Then I see my download button. And then, this is something that's a little bit hidden on bitcoincore.org, where I have to expand the verification information that is relevant to my operating system. But if we have dedicated installation pages, we can show them right away. And they're kind of hard to parse, so I thought, I tried to make the buttons a little bit bigger, make it a little bit more visual, and also have these, I don't know if we need it, we have these check buttons here, and I press it, it turns green, that's it. It doesn't get saved anywhere. It's just for me to kind of mentally keep check because there are a lot of steps involved, and I don't know. We don't have to have it, but I was just trying to think of a way to make this a little bit less overwhelming. I still think it is overwhelming. Maybe there should be a thing where, it's like a next previous type of toggle where I just see one thing at a time. Maybe also something to look into. But it is kind of, it's a lot here. And if you only see one thing at a time, maybe it's also easier to have a little bit more text for each step because the page doesn't get so crazy long. But that was kind of it. And then at the same time, I also I brought in more structure into the sidebar. So we have project, generic project, pages, introduction, roadmap, contribute. Then we have general information about the design system. This applies to the application in general, independent of whether you're version 1 or version 2. Then we have version 1 specific pages that describe first use in the block log. And for version 2, we might also have first use adjusted to the wallet features. We may not have block log, but then we'll have wallets and various other pages. And then the newly added testing pages for the different operating systems. So this is the one that I'm currently on. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Just add this information directly on the homepage, frame it as early feedback and testing, so no surprises there. And then also be very clear about to people about what to do and what to do, what not to do. And hopefully that will result in some good feedback. So, but it's still, it's still kind of rough. Just wanted to share this first draft. So please let me know what you think. Thanks.